Hey, what's up, family? It's your main man, her shine on Dr. Life. It's your main man, her shine on Dr. Life. So I'm going into have lifestyle coaching. What I'm gonna do for y'all is have lifestyle coaching. The world revolves around champions. Everybody loves champions. Everybody loves to watch the Super Bowl. Everybody loves to cheer for Michael Jordan, and y'all love to cheer for LeBron James. And the crazy thing is, financially, there's a system set up called the Roman bread and circus. The Roman bread and circus, where the Romans entertain, and they give government handouts for food. Because when you get being entertained all the time, nobody's producing anything. But the whole nation revolved around the Colosseum and coming to the Colosseum and getting entertained. They used to hand out food. They used to have a welfare line at the Roman Colosseum. So they would go to the games, they would come out, they would get the handout for food, so they would go home and cook. So their whole life revolved around the bread and circus. Bread and circus, bread and circus, bread and circus. And eventually, the circus ends. Because all of the people are fans of champions, but nobody knows how to be a champion. All of the people are cheering. Western society always turns you into fans. Because their leaders hate competition. The way to control the masses is to keep the masses diverted. Keep the masses diverted with constant feedback loop of entertainment. And every time Rome does this, they've done it like 4 different times. Every time the Greeks and the Romans have done this, the sign of the end is they create cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are not new. Cryptocurrencies have been around ever since God established his economy when he told Adam and Eve how to sacrifice and bring offerings to the sanctuary. So there's the real economy in the beginning, and then whoever was outside of Adam and Eve's family, anybody who was rebelling, they always created a counterfeit priesthood, a counterfeit sanctuary, a counterfeit temple, counterfeit gods, and counterfeit economies. Every economy outside the specific offerings, the economy on earth revolves around the commands around God said, on this day, bring a ram. That's why he said, a cattle on 1,000 hills of mine. Then when he gave it to his children, he said, you have dominion over the cattle on 1,000 hills. But then he said, so you don't get stuck up with pride and all that. Just give me a tribute. Just acknowledge the fact that I created it and handed it off to you. All I'm saying is come and acknowledge the fact that you also are a part of my creation. It's called a tribute. It's called thanks. It's called manners. It's called gratitude. It's called gratefulness. It's called faithfulness. Does God need your money? No. But what did he do? He put a system in place so that they will always be humble. The meek shall inherit the earth. He put a system in place where the creation would give tribute to the creator, and he would continue to bless and compound the blessing. But then the individuals who wanted to rebel, who didn't want to give tribute to God, they created a counterfeit system, and then they created a counterfeit monetary system. That's called Babylon. That's called, you name the nations. Greece, Rome, da 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 da. So these cats who got a counterfeit system, they want you to believe that you're trapped in their counterfeit system. They want you to believe that they control you and they control your finances and all of that. And as long as you acknowledge that, so I'm gonna give you proof that cryptocurrency has always been around. What's the first miracle? What's the first miracle in the Bible? And this don't even have to. You don't even have to be a Bible scholar. Everybody know that he changed water into wine. Okay, one of the most famous miracles ever done. Changed water into wine. That's the first thing he did when he began to go on the offense against the individuals rebelling against his father's rulership of heaven and earth. He simply came to right the wrongs being done to his father. Individuals taking credit for being wealthy and being blessed. And these niggas was enslaved. If you're in the United States of America and you working every day and you and your family can't even take vacations, you the same slave today that Israel was then. And the Romans desperately wanted their Israelites to believe that Rome was superior to them, all of that. Why? Because the moment they return back to their spiritual covenant, Rome would go back to being the vagabonds and the cavemen where they came from. So there's a clause. As long as y'all in rebellion, spiritual rebellion, there's no way you're going to be successful. The same is true for those who are preying on your situation. As long as you return back to your faithful covenant with the King, there's no way in the world they can ever be in your life. It doesn't matter what color they're from, what continent they come from. It don't matter what. Listen, yo. It's about the spirit. He said, test the fruits of the spirits of everybody. Don't take nobody's word for nothing. What's the fruits of the spirit? They actions, they deeds. He said, I hate the deeds of these rebels, these fallen angel rebels. They filled with the same spirit of the rebels that I cast out of heaven. So they're going to do the same deeds on earth that the rebels did in heaven to make me cast them out. You're going to know who they are. It don't matter when they come and they tell you they holy and they righteous and they saints and they this and that. I don't care what color they from. I don't care what language they talk. I don't care where they come from. So the next thing he did after, get it. Can't get it.